There was a man who had 2 sons. He also had an estate and farms and fields. Now the younger of the sons said to his father, "Father, give me the share of the estate that I am due to inherit." So the father did divide his wealth between them. So not long after that, the younger son took his share of the money and left home, and he set off for a distant country. Once he got to the country, he enjoyed all sorts of things. He spent his money here and there. He lived wildly and recklessly, until in the end, he'd spent everything, and there really was nothing left at all. Then after that, in the whole of the country there was a famine. People were hungry. He was hungry and had no money and no food. He had to look for work, and he found someone who was happy to hire him and send him into his fields to feed his pigs. Now, as he was feeding the pigs, he was so hungry he even longed to eat their food. But at last, it's like he came to his senses, and he said to himself, "Back in my father's house, all his hired workers have plenty to eat, and here I am starving. I'll go back to my father, and I'll say, 'Father, I have sinned against God and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son, but treat me like one of your hired workers.'" And so he got up and set off back home. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. His father ran towards his son, threw his arms around him and kissed him. And the son said to him, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet." And the father said, "Let's celebrate. This son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now he's found." So they began to feast and celebrate. Now when the older son was coming back from the fields, he heard music and dancing coming from the house, so he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. And he replied, "Your brother has come, and your father's laid on a feast because he has him back safe and sound." And the older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father came out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, "Look, all these years I've slaved for you. I've never disobeyed your orders, and yet you've never given me a party to celebrate with my friends. When this son of yours, who wasted all your money, comes home, you lay on this celebration." "My son," the father said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found."